Hi my loves, in this video I am sharing my recipe for the classic Afang soup, which is popular amongst the Efik and Ibibio people of southern Nigeria. I'm talking the Akwa Ibom and Calabar people. I'll also be sharing some tips that will totally change your Afang game. My name is Ehi and you're welcome to my kitchen. Yellow habanero pepper is very important in afang, but when I make mine, I like to mix red scotch bonnet pepper, yellow habanero pepper, and green scotch bonnet pepper together. It really is just preference for me, but I've come to like how it comes out. I like to roughly blend my peppers with some onions. The quantity of onions you use here depends on your preference. I also like to add some ginger and garlic, which is very optional, but I like how it comes out and I will highly recommend that you try it. Now you can decide to blend your pepper into a smooth paste because honestly, the roughly blended pepper will not even show in the soup after cooking, but whichever one works for you is fine. For the cooking process proper, the first thing you want to do is boil your proteins. For this, I'm using some goat meat, but you can use any protein of choice. I'll also be adding some stockfish right here. Please note that this stockfish has been pre-soaked in hot water to take out any dirt, debris, or dead crawling insects in there. Then I added in some of the roughly blended peppers, some seasoning, and of course, I decided to add extra onions because I love onions a lot and there's not enough onions in the pepper mix. Now you want to mix that up. You know how we do. Just mix it up, cover it and allow it simmer on low heat for about 7 minutes. Please, if you want to use salt, don't forget to add salt. This has been cooking for about 7 minutes and it has produced some juice. Honestly, the reason why I do this is not for the juice. It's just so that the seasoning gets into the meat and the meat is like, like everything could just enter inside, you get. So at this point, I added in my cleaned and chopped pomo. Then I added in enough water to ensure that this cooks through. Covered up and allowed this cook on medium-low heat for another 15 minutes. Now the length of time you cook your meat at this point depends on the texture that you want. If you want a softer texture, you want to cook for longer. Now once the meat is cooked just the way I like it, I like to take out some of the meat stock. This is just to ensure that I am able to control the quantity of liquid in the soup, because even though afang sucks up a lot of moisture, Waterleaf produces a lot of water, so I need to be able to control this, and you can do this too. Another way to do this is to leave your meat to cook for longer and then the water starts to dry out. Once I have my desired quantity of meat stock, I go in with some palm oil and some crayfish, mix to combine, cover up and allow it come to a boil for about 3 minutes. A list of all ingredients used and their measurements will be in the description box below, so you can check that out later. Once this has come to a boil, the next thing I do is add in my nicely and thinly chopped water leaves. If you are in a place where you cannot get water leaves, spinach is a good enough alternative. Then I add in my shelled periwinkles. Unshelled periwinkles is like the standard for afang soup, but I don't really like to suck that thing out, so I just stick with my shelled periwinkles. Then I added in some nicely washed panla fish and some crayfish. Now you want to cover this up and allow it simmer on low heat for about 2 minutes because you do not want your vegetables overcooked. You can decide to mix this before you cover, but this is just how I do mine. After 2 minutes, you want to mix to combine if you tried it my way, and check to see if you need to adjust your seasoning and adjust as appropriate if you need to. Then you want to go in with the second batch of palm oil. See, Akwa Ibom recipe and palm oil are inseparable. So if you are trying to eat healthy, you may want to take a pause here. Then you want to mix to combine. You can see the quantity of liquid in this soup already. This is exactly why I like to reduce my meat stock. In Edo State where I come from, this is a soup on its own and we call it water leaves. But it is at this point you want to add in your afang, aka Okazi. I decided to pound mine at home with some crayfish, but you can decide to blend yours. Now once you add in your afang, you will see that the water or the liquid in the soup will immediately disappear. Then your soup is literally ready. You want to just continue to mix this over heat and then turn off the heat. It is at this point that you want to add in your last batch of palm oil. See, they say if you don't add in this large batch of palm oil, it's not afang you made though. I don't know what you made. So guys, let me know, was this helpful? Will you try this? Is this something that looks good? My Akwa people, please let me know in the comments. Did I do good? Did I miss anything? Let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so that you'll be notified when next I post a new video. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.